So today I'm going to break down for you guys pelvic inlet and outlet position in regards to the left AIC pattern advocated by the Postural Restoration Institute. So as we know from previous courses, because of the natural asymmetries in our body, heart on the left, liver on the right, and my hemispheric lateralization to the right because I am left hemispheric dominant, we're going to be more likely, more compelled to be on our right leg, to be put into right stance. From a pelvis perspective, that means that my pelvis is going to anteriorly tip and forwardly rotate like so, pointing my pubic symphysis to the right. This is the right stance phase of gait. This is normal. Okay, well, let's break that down a little bit further in terms of what occurs at the pelvic inlet and pelvic outlet. So just to orient you, my inlet is composed of, bordered I should say, by the pubic symphysis right here, the ASISs on either side, and the sacrum. I can have this into a left and right. I can also go anterior posterior. So my anterior outlet would be, or inlet, excuse me, will be made up of the pubic symphysis and the ASIS. Posterior inlet would be ASIS and sacrum. If we flip to the outlet, we have bordering pubic symphysis, ischial tuberosity on the left and the right, and the coccyx. You can do the same thing, break it down into left and right sides, or anterior and posterior. Anterior outlet would be pubic symphysis and ischial tuberosity. Posterior outlet would be ischial tuberosity and coccyx. Okay, so what happens when we're in right stance? This right here. Let me break that down for you. There's three joints that comprise the pelvic inlet and outlet. We first have the iliopubic joint. Okay, so I have my ilium here, my pubis here, and that makes up the top half of the pubic symphysis. We have the iliopubic joint, which is right below that, okay, making up the ischium and the pubis right along here. And we also have the SIIS joint, sacroiliac joint, right back here. Okay, so let's talk inlet position first. I'm going to focus exclusively on the left side to make this simple for you, because whatever's occurring on the left side, the exact opposite occurs on the right side. Okay, so let's take the left iliopubic joint. When I go onto my right leg, I'm going to exaggerate these motions, of course. My iliopubic joint is going to flex, abduct, and externally rotate. Right there. Okay, again, the exact opposite occurring on the right. I get that. When I do that, my anterior inlet is obviously shortened because it's coming forward. So therefore, this is going to be more facilitated, turned on, dominant, whatever you want to call it. We'll say on, to keep things simple. Right there, okay? My posterior outlet, which is composed of my iliosacral joint, the exact opposite motions are going to occur. So in this case, I'm going to flip it for you so you can see it a little bit better. We get on the left side internal rotation, extension, adduction. But they pretty much just focus on internal and external rotation here. So again, on the left, internal rotation, adduction, and extension. Okay. So with the posterior inlet on the left, this is turned off because the ASIS and the sacrum appear to be getting elongated. Okay? That's the inlet joints. We flip-flop over to the outlet. Let's talk iliopubic. Now we know that the same thing is going to happen at the sacroiliac joint, extension, adduction, internal rotation on that side. So let's talk iliopubic. Okay? If we know iliopubic flexes, abducts, and externally rotates, we can know in our outlet the iliopubic is going to do the exact opposite. So I'm going to get, using my isch tube here, extension, adduction, and internal rotation, just like that. Okay? Since my isch tube is going backwards, we can say that the left anterior outlet is turned off. Okay? Since the isch tube and the coccyx are being more approximated, that the posterior outlet on the left becomes shortened, facilitated, turned on. Okay? So to break down areas that are on and off, the anterior inlet is on the left is turned on, posterior inlet on the left is turned off. The exact opposite occurs on this side. So my right anterior inlet is turned off, my right posterior inlet is turned on. From an outlet perspective, again positioning here, when I do this, my anterior outlet on the left is turned off, my posterior outlet on the left is turned on, and then my anterior outlet on the right is turned on, my posterior outlet on the right is turned off.